All right, before you guys take off, let's hit up the DK Sportsbook here. Matt, what's your favorite bet on the NBA board?
I'm going to go with a team that just let me down in a big way the other night with the Utah Jazz, who got Rudy Gobert back and actually wound up being favored against the Bucks after opening as 2-point underdogs. The line moved 4 points from +2 to -2. They still ended up losing the game. But I think the Jazz are just way underperforming right now, and they are going to turn it around. This team has just been too good for too many years. The roster is almost identical to what it's been. And I think maybe there's some reason to be concerned about Rudy Gobert's calf, but I think the team is in good shape. There's nothing really fundamentally wrong with them. They've just faced some tough opponents and had some tough games. So with them healthy and with the Bulls, despite having Alex Caruso back, which I do think is a very big deal, the Bulls are banged up. I mean, DeMar DeRozan has to be wearing down a little bit. Zach LaVine has been dealing with a knee injury. Nikola Vucevic has ended up on the injury report a bunch of times and is playing through something. So I think the Bulls are a little bit hurt right now, and the Jazz are just a much better team. So I have no problem laying 6 points with them. I think this line should be a few points higher than that.
All right, Garion.
Yeah, I got worried for a second. I feel like sometimes Matt and I end up on the other side of games, and it always makes me a little just weary. I am in lockstep here. I think the Jazz -6 is the best bet on the board. For everything he just said about the Jazz, but also the Bulls in particular, this is just a team that time and time again has shown us they do not compete with, I don't know if you want to say very good teams or elite teams, but they are 1-7 ATS their past 8 games against teams with a winning percentage above 600, which is a category the Jazz very much fall into. The Bulls do not beat the best teams in the East and Western conferences. It just is the way it's been all season long. They've also been really bad on the road. They're 0-5 ATS their past 5 road games. They're 1-7 ATS overall in their past 8 games. While the Jazz, for all their struggles, for all their injury woes, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, they're still boasting the second best net rating in basketball at home. We know for the past half decade, the Jazz have just been one of the best ATS teams at home. So I'm going to continue with that trend, knowing that Chicago just has to prove it against a really good team.